Hi, let's discuss about this particular problem, merge sorted array. Okay, what the problem statement says is, for the given array, there are two arrays, num1 and num2. The first num1 array has space for even the num2 array, which means the length of num1 array is length of first array plus the length of second array. So it automatically has space for the second array to be filled. So the problem statement says that we have to combine these two array and return the output in a sorted order, in an ascending order. And it also says that we have to perform this particular merging and sorting only within the num1 array itself, and it should not be returned as part of the function, but it should be done within the num1 array itself. Okay, this is the problem statement. Let's discuss the solution. Let's discuss the concept first, and then let's move on to the coding solution. I'm going to consider the same test case mentioned over here, and I'll try to walk through the concept. We have num1 array and the num2 array. I'm going to consider three pointers. The orange pointer, which is for the entire length of the first array, the green pointer, which is used to iterate through the values present in the num1 array, and the blue pointer to iterate through the values present in the second array. There are two ways of doing it. One is to create a temporary array. I'll just create a temporary array which is equal to the length of sums of both the arrays, and I will try to fill in all the values of both the array and then sort it, and then assign that temp array to the first array and then return it. But in our problem statement, we are clearly given the condition that we are not allowed to use a new space, and all the sorting and the merging will have to be done only within the first array. So how do we do it? This orange pointer is going to point to the empty spaces in the first array, and I'm going to compare the value between the first array and second array, and I'm going to fill all the empty spaces with the larger values, and I'm going to keep on incrementing the pointer. This is the concept which I'm going to use. I'm going to start it from the end of the array. This can also be done by starting from beginning of the array and beginning of by comparing the elements from beginning of the array. I am going to start it from the end. Now when we compare 3 and 6, 6 is greater. So I've replaced 6 in the place of orange pointer. I've replaced 0 with 6, and I'm going to increment this particular pointer, and I'm incrementing the orange pointer as well. Now let's compare 3 and 5. 5 is greater. I'm going to replace in the place of 0, I'm going to replace it with 5. I'm going to increment the blue pointer now, and the orange pointer as well. Now when we compare 2 and 3, 3 is greater. So I'm going to replace 3 in place of 0, and in place of 3 I'm going to put it a empty thing. Now I'm going to increment the green pointer and the orange pointer. Orange pointer is pointing to a empty space now. 2 and 2 both are equal, so I'm going to replace a 2 over here and a 0 over here. 0 and 2 incremented both the pointers. 0 and 2, 2 is greater, replace 0 with 2, and now we have already here and here we have this particular array is already done. We are done with the second array. So we have reached the end of the array, and now we see that our result is already sorted. Now we have one more base case where in case we have 9 and we have 2 over here, what can we do in such scenarios? Or we have what do I say? We have a 1 and 2 over here, and so in such scenarios, okay, let's consider a decent number. Let's consider 2 over here and 1 over here. And even after sorting, if we are going to have some more elements left over here in our second array, then we will have to simply merge those leftover numbers to the beginning of the num1 array to achieve the entire sorted result. So these are the different cases we are going to handle. Now let's try to implement all these concepts in the code. Full length full length pointer, which is equal to length of the first array and the second array, and the array indexes will always start from 0. That's why I'm giving a -1 here. While the length of first array and the length of second array is reached if the first array's last element is greater than the second array's last element, then I'm going to swap in the place of 0 0, in this place, in place of 0th value, which is in the place of first array's full length pointer, I'm going to replace the first element's value, and I'm going to, as we saw, we are going to increment whatever value we are replacing it, we are going to increment that pointer. Here in this case we are assigning the value of first array, so we are going to move it forward, which is in this case I'm going to decrement it. And in case of the other condition, I'm going to do the same. In place of full length pointer, I'm going to replace the second array's value, and I'm going to decrement the second array's pointer. And of course, after filling the empty places, we will have to increment the full length pointer. I mean, when I say increment, we have to move the full length pointer forward, which is in this case, when we decrement it, it automatically moves forward. And the edge case which I mentioned, whenever we have the left out elements in the second array, and we have already filled all the values of the full length pointer, we will simply have to push the leftover values to the beginning of the array. So here, how do I do it? In the first thing, I'm going to assign the left out elements of the second array, which is nums2, and I'm going to decrement the pointer of the second array and the full length pointer as well. Try to run the code. Yes, I see that this particular test case has passed. Let me try to submit it. Yes, all the test cases have passed. So this is how we can achieve merge sorted array and return a sorted result. Thank you.